Okay. Hello. You're joining me tonight. I'm Shell and I'm ready to stream with Smart. Hello, Pearlton. How are you? Well, I am just getting ready to stream, doing art stream here, doing some practice art, some studies. I'm going to start with some watercolor and gouache stuff that I've been working on. Just started the stream. Should the camera? Come on, button. There it goes. Glad to hear. All right. It would help if I had like the right paint. Okay, let me see about that. Is this any better? Sometimes I'm not realizing how soft I talk, so I try to keep the mic up. Let me know if that works. Let's see here. It would help if I didn't keep bookmarks on my paint. Just get a little bit situated here. Okay, great. Make sure that wire that just decided to drop off my mic doesn't. Sorry. All right, there we go. Get my gouache ready. Realized I covered up all the spaces where I put things. Today I'm going to start with a realism challenge that I've been working through. I've been working through this book called Realism Challenge. I'm currently on Spoon, so I'm going to try the first pin spoon. Then I have some Dana Fox pages because I'm trying to work on my watercolor techniques, and then I'm going to work on this guy, which is a study I've been working on from a John Howe painting. So that's the plan tonight. How long have I been in art? A long time. I have been practicing on and off ever since I can remember, but about in 2018 I decided, I was finally had an empty nest and some time to work, and I'm not a pro. Wait, you haven't seen my realism yet. But 2018 I started getting more into it, but yeah, no, realism kind of sucks. But the reason why I decided to do it was to get more practice drawing things. One of my goals this year are things, people, and buildings to really work on, because I've really focused on landscapes for most of what I've done, but I'd like to do more than just landscapes. So we'll see here. But no, I am not a pro. No, I really suck at realism. And often I don't get very far on these. I'll give up a little bit before I get too far. Oh, thanks. Where's the brush that I actually want to use? There we go. No. Find out my brushes. And this one's a bit. Yeah, this is what I want. Come on. Of course, the one I want is like stuck. Here we go. So let's see here. I'm going to move this thing out of my way. I realize I have the wrong palette. This is my watercolor. This is my gouache. so trying to get a little bit better at more water than that. Control and just trying to create something. Well, that's a little bit washed out. This is pretty thick. This is, I want to say 250, maybe 200, but it's pretty thick paper that I'm using here. This is, I don't know, I don't know what brand of sketchbook this is. I got them in like a giant pack on sale at an art store. But it holds up pretty well. At least for the sketchbook. I have 4 active sketchbooks right now. One for paintings, one for just messing around. This one I've been just using for the realism challenge, which I think will just get me through that book. And then another one that is pretty much what I carry with me when I'm traveling. It started too dark. That's okay. It'll be fine. Well, I really suck at sketching. So I'm kind of sketching just with the paint, and the nice thing about gouache is it's pretty forgiving and you can deal with your mistakes fairly easily. But I'm not so great at sketching. I've been trying to sketch for years, and when I finally let's see, I like that sheet better. Decided that really what I wanted to do was paint. I felt like I got a lot further because sketching and I just never really got along. Need a slightly bigger brush. I don't know, my camera's doing weird stuff with lighting. I have plenty of light to paint, but it's really trying to wash itself out. So let me know if you can't see anything. I don't know why it's acting all weird today. Mostly as a hobby. Right now, I'm a software developer by day, so this has kind of become my creative outlet. But it's fun. I'd like to create more sequential type art with my painting. I used to write a lot more short stories, and over the pandemic, that kind of fell by the wayside, so I'd like to get back to that and then incorporate what I've learned with painting with that too, because I think that would be fun. My spoon's a little bit crooked. That's okay. Oh, we're gonna wash this out. It'll be fine. probably should have started with a bit lighter gray than I did, but that's okay. Who's my favorite artist? I have a lot of favorites, but ones I keep coming back to are right now I'm really studying John Howe's works. He's the creative behind, he's the concept artist behind Lord of the Rings, things like that. I don't know Pika, but I like Sam Does Arts and I like Colleen. Colleen is fun. I think she gets a lot of flack, but she spends a lot of time teaching in some really cool ways. But yeah, I actually do like Colleen quite a bit. I also like Gouache. Uh-oh, did I already stick my hand in paint? Wow, that was fast. So that's another one. Their use of light is just kind of phenomenal, and I wish I could get that good. If we go older, I really like the Hudson Bay painters. They're some of the ones that I really like. And studying their work is kind of hard though, because they kept everything such close to the chest. So you kind of just can only go off what they didn't write about their art, so you can only go off just what they painted, which is cool. And you spend a lot of time doing that, but it's kind of fun when you can hear what an artist says. But I'll have to look up Picat. I haven't looked at their stuff. Should I do is go more water here. The Hudson Bay Artists is actually a school of artists from the 1800s. Berenstat is probably one of the more famous ones that you'll recognize his stuff. As far as landscapes, like they just had this way with light and color that were pretty amazing for the time. But so they were all like some of them were immigrants, I think, but they were all like New Englanders for the most part. Audubon kind of came out of that school, even though Audubon did his own thing. Audubon, is that right? Am I thinking something else? Now I have to look. The bird painter. Let's see. Yeah, Audubon. That's what I thought, but like. I'm sorry, I would say Hudson Bay. It's Hudson River. Hudson River School is what I was thinking of. That in the chat for everybody. Let me see. Might as well, since I'm looking stuff up, look up Pecan really quick. Let's see. Okay. I know. I think I've seen some of their stuff around. I haven't really watched any of their videos and everything, but I'll have to check some of them out. It's really cool. I can't believe I stuck my hand in paint already. It's pretty impressive. I notice a lot of character artists don't draw backgrounds. Do mostly backgrounds, don't really draw characters very well, so they're different skill sets, I think, and they can take a lot. They both take a lot to learn. Let's get the bent spin look going. Oh, I realize I don't have my thing up. Yeah, some people do. Maybe one day I'll be one of those people. I don't know. Yeah, but there's some people who just do amazing, amazing stuff. Thanks, and you have a good night. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I enjoyed talking. Thank you so much for the sub. All right. Let's see. God, my hand keeps sticking to the page. Probably would have been for a more simpler spoon than this one. That's okay. The top was probably a bad idea. You can't even tell what that is. And I don't even know that I'm really... Oh, Moch, what are we whining? Oh, are you trying to get on top of the pillow? You can get on those pillows. Silly little dog. I'm just going to completely remove that. And do this straight. My spoon is pretty bent at this point. Well, I think this is not going so well. I don't really want to start again, but I should start again. Not even the right shape anymore. Oh well, let's turn this into a practice for trying to get to the right shape, I guess. Go. I don't know what's going on with this one. Don't even know. I'm gonna just see what. Usually I have this light much higher. Try. Hopefully that's not too washed out. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore with this. This was a mess. We're gonna try again. I'm gonna have to try that one again because that didn't even. I don't know what happened there. All right. Well, that was absolutely not fun. So we're going to do some fun stuff for a little bit. I'm going to cover up my gouache again just so I can have the space. and I'm going to try to do it the right way so my paints don't get screwed up. Go. Since we weeping again. All right. So we're going to move that for a little bit. Spoon again later. Wow, that was like not even, I've done way better than that. I don't know why that was such a fail. But we got some of the Dana Fox ones to do. We did monarch last time, but we have tree, moth, dogwood rose, which the dogwood rose trees that we have around here are about to start blooming, and I can't wait. They are awesome. And there's some mushrooms. Why not? Let's do some fun ones here. So I'm going to move this for a moment. And I already got my watercolors over here. So let's see what we got to do. Throw these up here and do some pretty ones, and I can figure out where to put them. Oh goodness, take a break. That's really washed out. Come on, camera. It's not that hard. All right. So what do they say to use? They say this is supposed to be a tree. I don't know if you can see that. There, the little drawing they put on there is very minimal. I'm going to have to play with my light because I think with my setup, I had to rearrange some things. And I think my light's not high enough anymore. Because it's really, I'm getting too many shadows on everything. It's fine. But I don't like light shining in my face. If I wanted light shining in my face, I'd have the camera on me. Nobody wants to see that. Huh. I wonder why that's happening. I mean, I know why. There's stuff right here, but usually I have that taken care of. Usually I have the light more over this way though, and I moved it. I'm gonna have to figure that out. That's just what it's gonna come down to. Alright, well let's paint some fun stuff. Let's see what crazy directions. So they say I'll need to use burnt umber and hooker's green. And they said whitewash a burnt umber to the trunk at the base layer with a more pigmented mix of burnt umber. Add line details and dark areas of the trunk. Stipple in some green. Layer in another stipple. And then add branches. I mean, yeah. Oh, this is a recipe for disaster. Let's move the water back over here. Let's see. This is so to see. Use a size 6 round brush. I'm using this one is a size. I don't know. Sizes I found are weird. Huh. And interesting enough, the drawing is opposite. It's twisting this way, where the here I'll show you. The drawing is twisting this way, where the example it's twisting that way. Printing mistake? I don't know. Oh, we'll go with see if we can get a twisty tree out of it. I have a tree trunk. It does tree things. Stuff with trees. I don't know if they're happy trees. My trees tend to be a little bit sad. Really funny is the butterfly I did last time. The longest part was putting in the black. That took forever. It was a little bit wet. Probably should have dried my brush off some more. It's fine. Now they want me to take some darker green, which I'm going to use up some of the stuff I have on my palette, and stipple the leaves. Probably need to be a little bit looser than that. This one should be fairly quick. Get a lighter mix green going. Come in and stipple some greener leaves. Trees are fun. Trees are relaxing. That's why we paint them. Now to put a little water in here. Yeah, that was probably a little bit too bad. Go with a slightly lighter green. Get some light in here. Very fluffy tree. Take some yellow. Kind of mix it into the darker green. Be fluffy little things. And I have to clean off my really bright yellow because I left red on it last time. There we go. Some of this down here. Excited with my lighter green. Get some really green leaves. And some just really gotta clean this off. Oh, I stuck my finger in it. That's great. Go. Sticking all my fingers in the paint today. There we go. And let's see here. We'll come back to this. I'm going to get some more of this brown. Come in and define the tree a little bit more. Yay, tree. Yeah, right. Okay. Burnt over in the sun isn't that dark, so I'm going to make it a little bit darker with some red. There we go. It's kind of an old tree peel, hopefully. Woohoo. I'm going to take some of that darker green again. Let's kind of darken some of this a little bit. Take some lighter brown. A little more sticks on this side. There we go. Take just a little bit of that really light green. There we go. Now we got a tree. It's a tree. Can't really expect too much for a tree, but a tree is in there. Alright, next one is this moth. Now this one, used a lot of the same colors I just used in that tree, but they did them very differently. Fill in with a very light wash. Alright, well, let's give it a try. I don't know if you can hear the pug chewing down there. He's being kind of loud, so I apologize. He's got his bone. Let's see. This is kind of like doing the hibiscus-like flowers from before. Okay. I used to do a light wash burnt umber. Since I already have that on there, I'll just make a wash out of it. One of the things I find difficult is going like from the other direction. Like, that always kind of screws me up. Hello, Vix. How are you doing tonight? Alright. Starting to get there on this one. Well, it's not a butterfly, this is moth. Moth. I actually have a silly, I'm actually really afraid of moths. Where I lived, where my grandparents were growing up, I spent one summer with them where we had a really bad moth migration. And that summer, like, it was so bad, there were moths like everywhere. You woke up in the morning and just found dead moths everywhere, covering your blankets. You had to like sleep under the blankets so they didn't crawl all over you at night. Because you'd wake up and your bed would be covered with them. They'd get in everything. They were everywhere. It took months and months to clean them up. And ever since then, I've been super afraid of them. But here I am, painting them off this book, trying the exercise out, trying to get better with some of these techniques. That's what I get for picking a wooden creatures book to work off of, I guess. Alright, let's see. Go. Burnt umber here and kind of go down. Butterflies are kind of gross too. I do better with butterflies, only because I haven't had that same experience, but I'm not really a fan of bugs at all. Even the pretty ones. Yeah. It was not great. Butterfly, yeah, I don't know. Not a fan of bugs. where I grew up at, where I lived, and I wasn't visiting my grandparents, we didn't have a ton of bugs because we were just such in a high elevation, way up in the mountains, that there's not a lot of bugs can survive there. So I didn't know that there were more bugs in the world than like 5. And so when I learned that there were more bugs in the world, I didn't know a lot of things. Like, I mean, bugs, bacteria, and stuff was not something I was used to dealing with. And that was a culture shock when I moved away from home. I don't have enough color there. There we go. Oh, it's a little bit darker. It'll be fine. Where did all the pigment go out of that? There it goes. Lost it for a second. Let's see this. Try to make this a little bit darker so it matches. Maybe. Goes. God, it's like fuzzy at the edges. Those are weird. Especially the big ones. Oh my gosh, the big ones really scare me. I haven't seen any big ones for a long time, but the big moths are like bird-sized moths. They look like they could eat a human. Guess I should work on the middle of the moth. Just the antenna really quick because that's done. There we go. Oh my goodness. Or if I should make, I guess I could go in and make that a bit darker because it's looking, it's supposed to be kind of fuzzy. Looks a little bit too light between like the stripes. I think before I put in the stripes, I'm gonna make that a little bit darker. There we go. I guess I could work on the leaves a bit. So we can let that dry a bit so my lines don't just go everywhere. All right. Let's go back to some of these lines. These white nights paints are a little bit sticky. I think it's a little bit too harsh. All this feels like a little bit too harsh, so I'm going to try to make it a little bit less harsh. Or do the lines on the side, I'll make these ones a little bit less. Oh, I don't know, there's a lot of alcohol markers pretty much work like watercolor. You could do something similar. I'm not the best at alcohol markers though, or watercolors, but some really cool stuff. Shadow, not this harsh. Or it might be too late. It's fine. Blend it in a little bit there. Yeah. Let's see here. A little bit darker. Oh, that looks gross. Means it's looking alright. Alright, let's see what we can do about the stick here. We'll call this one done. Oh. Well, thank you for stopping by, Vix. Really appreciate it. I know it's watching paint dry, but thank you for coming. Alright. I think I'm going to call this moth done. Yay, moth. It's moth. It does moth things. Whatever moths do. Pollinate, I guess. Maybe they eat other things. I don't know. Probably depends on the moth. A little bit more modeling in there. It's moth. Yay. Alright. We're going to put Mr. Moth. Mr. Moth can go here. Alright, what do we got next? There's a dogwood rose. Let's see. Rose. These are only pink colors. Yellow ochre, rose, and mauve. I didn't really find a mauve in my set, so I'll have to make it. Starting leaves, yellow ochre with the hooker's green. Deep green. Clear leaf with this shade, and while the paste will drag out painted strokes to get the details around the edges. Okay. So paint leaves, and we'll just go this way. Spiky leaves. I don't know what Mochi spoke of. Mochi, what are you doing? Is the wall that ferocious? Looking a bit more fuzzy than spiky, but oh well. Why are we whining? You too. I'm not whining, sorry, that was just the pug snoring. Silly dogs. Whoosh. Very spiky leaves. Get there. This one has a lot of leaves. See? Go. I don't know. Maybe I should have like done these more serrated. I don't know because they look kind of weird this way. But whatever. Follow the directions. I can always change my mind. There we go. Have those started anyway. And then let's see. Paint all the leaves this way. Add stems using the detail brush. Did that. After waiting a few minutes to let it dry, use a slightly more pigmented. With flour, mix up a touch of rose with mauve. Good amount of water to create a diluted pastel shade. Alright. That I actually kind of already have in here. I'm going to grab just a little bit more pink. Fill one palette at a time with the color, allowing each one to dry before moving on to the next. Really? Oh, that was a bit darker. Okay. And then the only problem is that, and this is why I don't like putting a drowning stuff too, like it's a lot harder to get this effect we're talking about. So they want to blend out the edges with a drier brush once this is dried out a bit. But it's really hard to get that really soft film effect because I have like, they have pencil marks in there that went. I mean, I kind of know what they're talking about. This is the one I'm doing now. Kinda, I don't know. Things to figure out. Hmm. I'm gonna grab some of the yellow ochre here. Add it to some of the green. Go. I don't know. Let's try a bit more. And just like run your brush along the edges to fade it out some. But the problem is that drawing that they put in the back here is there, so I'm not gonna quite get the fading out like they have in their picture. That's okay. There we go. Get some kind of effect that's a little bit better. There we go. That's a bit more spiky looking. I get that a bit. Kind of like the two-tone leaves. I don't know why. Technically, it should have been on the other side on those leaves, but whatever. It's fine. Blood's coming from everywhere. Nope, well, there's too much water on that. It's fine. There we go. That looks not really anything like what they painted, but it looks like pretty flowers, so I'm gonna call that a win. Let's see. Alright, mushroom is the last one for tonight. At least on these. And then I'll work a little bit on my other painting. Oh, let's see here. Let's see. I was gonna. So, need red. I don't think that the YouTube version of that. I do have a Ko-Fi stream. I'm just going to mention it because the YouTube button doesn't appear to work. It always works on Twitch though. I don't know. Okay, start with the tops. Fill the entire area with red. Woo! That one's easy. Just did or posted a video of the mushroom house that I did last summer. So if you're interested, you can check that out on YouTube. Whoosh. Paint these mushrooms. Very poisonous mushrooms. There we go. Mushroom caps. Woo. I'm actually gonna put a little bit more because it's kind of wash it out a bit up here. I want these to be really red. Mushrooms. Okay. To the middle edges and top of the mushroom. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit before I add the shadow areas. For the stem, a bit of raw umber with water. Okay. Go. Hmm. Dry that off a bit. Pull this down. Let some of these dry a bit. All right. A bit more brown. There we go. Go. Mushrooms are kind of hard sometimes. Trying to get them not to look. They have like a woody experience that's really hard to duplicate, I think, sometimes. Good question. So my friend is posting pictures of Lala they found in the fat cat attire. If you play Final Fantasy 14, sitting on a fat or behind a fat cat minion. That's funny. Mushrooms. Use Superman, huh? Goodbye, use Superman. I'm not gonna buy viewers. Sorry. I don't have no money to do that. I guess if that's the way you have to do it, then I'll probably never get enough viewers. Oh well. Let's see. I'm going to take some of the same brown in order to get some darker shadows here. Kind of bring the woodiness down into the caps. Use a little bit less water so I get a bit of a sharper line now. Some new texture here. Layering pigments is cool. Okay. Let's see. This doesn't feel dark enough underneath the cap. There we go. finding peeling these mushrooms very enjoyable. I don't know why. Alright. Now should get a lot of pigment for this. Dots. Dots, 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 dots. Whoosh. Let those dry for a second, because you'd think you'd be done, but those white spots kind of ridges on mushrooms. Kind of weird. See, oh, they're still too wet. Come on, dry. Dry. I suppose, actually, I could do the grass while I'm waiting for this to dry. Let's do that. Oops, that one got a little thick. Woohoo! It's a nice mushroom. Now we want to go back. Oh, they're still really wet. Oh, that's okay. Just want to go and give some shadow to the little white dots. Let's see. Okay. This is like the hardest part of playing mushrooms, is like the tiny little things. You can tell you like when I enjoy something more and I'll spend the time on it. Trying to get close enough without breaking the white and the dots. I'm gonna make some pop out a little bit more. Little dots. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is color with some of the white again. Because I think the white got a little bit washed out when I got here, so I'm gonna add some of these back in. There we go. That's a happy little mushroom. I like that one. Let's see if I can get a picture of it without. Okay. Sorry, making sure I got a picture of it. Post later. That was fun. Alright. So that's enough of those for tonight. I don't want to work too much later, but I do want to work a little bit on this tonight. I didn't really paint too much last week after the stream because, well, things. But I think we're getting there. So let me just move some stuff around again. Get out the gouache. So let's see, next time we'll start with the, we're going to be on a cottage this next time. Can't wait for that one. Stuff that in there. All right. So this guy. Let's see. I'm going to try this again. No, that button's broken again. I don't know why the YouTube button keeps breaking. I'm going to have to remake it, I think. Just for... I don't know why it doesn't post. It's supposed to be connected to my YouTube. I'm going to have to mess with that some more. You can find me at Ko-Fi. I'll just post it in the channel for everybody. I do appreciate if you follow me there. There we go. No obligation, of course. Recently I had Nami me a donation, so that's my second ever. It's kind of fun. All right, where do I want to begin with this guy tonight? Let's see, I gotta figure out where to put this because this palette is kind of large. There we go. Okay. Let's see where we can get. I kind of want to scrub a bit back here first before I do too much else. I'm starting to get to the point where it's less about the grays and I just want to make this kind of look like it's supposed to look. I might have to move some stuff around a little bit. All right. Not too worried about what's going on in the background, but I kind of want it to be a little bit more discernible than it is. Since I'm trying to do better buildings, I'd like to make the buildings at least discernible. This person's probably a bit too big for this. I wouldn't mind finishing up the background tonight. I guess we'll see. If I do that or not. I don't really think I'm getting the columns too clean. I'm having a hard time like seeing them in my mind's eye when I look away, which is not great. No, come on. And they give it a little bit more definition in the back, though they don't look as nice as his, but that's okay. I'm using his painting as a reference rather than his references, so do the best I can with my very untrained eye. Let's see here. All right. Okay. Let's see if I can get some of the gray in here. Okay. It's not too bad. Here we go. Those kind of look like columns again. Ooh, okay. Let's try not to destroy everything I just did. Ah. There we go. Don't know what's going on with the building back there, but it's a building. Kinda. Let's see. was that? All right. All right. See if I can get. I have to think about the face for a bit. Oh. Trying to decide if that's the right. I think that's. It's the color I'm trying to get. Let's see. Because he's got this kind of. Rough nose shadow going. will say the little automatic voice that reads me comments really mispronounces bot badly. There we go. Start working on the details here. I find myself holding my breath while I'm trying to paint this part because, dang, it's hard. It's like, I don't know, like kind of leather neck kind of neck. Going. how do I even... do know one thing I'm going to do, which is bring this up some. What are we going to do about this sword? It's kind of got this wrap on it. Mm. I don't even know how to do the scabbard. It's kind of the same brown. Almost not like it's black. It's kind of this belt buckle thing coming off of it. You'd strap it on. That's how something in the background gets darker. You make a mistake and you clean it up. See, darken what's back there. It's probably not how everybody does it, but that's usually what it means in my paintings. Let's see. Too much. All right. Well, look for the base, start on the hair. Starting to work out. Sky. Trying to debate how dark to make these. Because the knuckles come up to here. A little bit more defined on the hands there. Just give that a little bit more definition too. Kind of makes it stand out a bit better. Strapped colored in. Okay, it's getting there. I don't know. I feel like there's got to be something a bit more darker there, but I don't like that. Maybe coming in with more blue might help. I'm not quite getting the ridges that I want on this armor. It's really hard though. I mean, Chrome is hard enough, but this... I mean, I feel like I should come in with more blue, but I was a little bit afraid to, but... It's not dark enough. Not sure if I can get, like, maybe if I go just a little bit lighter this way, and then I can kind of come in like this, because he has these like fake rib lines in the armor. I think the artist originally said if this came from somewhere in the, it's like in one of the London museums, London History Museum. Yeah, I think going with more blue is making a difference. See if I can unharsh these lines without completely getting rid of them. surprised. How do you make the chainmail look like chainmail? You hope, I guess. I don't think I've drawn chainmail for like 30 years, not since I was in school. Of course, like, it's darker on this end. Oh no! Stupid feral water. Let's see here. So horrible. Not exactly what I wanted. Well, somehow I made that more chunky and less hand-like. How did I do that? I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone right now, so until I can go back and paint over that. Okay, well, that's progress, I think. All right, well, I think I'm going to call that for tonight before I fiddle this into oblivion. So this is why I fiddle a little bit more with the nose, because it's got to be a bit straighter to match the picture. And have a little less black line. But it's becoming a thing. I think I made his hair a little bit more poopy, but that's okay. Alright, things are looking like things. Yay. Well, I'm going to call it here tonight. Thank you for everyone who joined me, and again, go ahead and put up the card. So, streaming on Monday nights at 7:30 Pacific time. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube. I do have my Ko-fi for a few dollars if you want to support me right now. You get shout outs. Looking to others. I'm still working on how to do prints. It's a learning process for some of my things. You can find me on most social media. I don't post to Mastodon pretty much at all. I always forget to, or like if threads show up there, it's like a miracle. But most of the ones I post to fairly regularly or try to. But you can always find me through my website or my word anvil. But I want to thank everyone for showing up, and also I do post videos of my painting and stuff too. Try to do that at least once a week. So really thank you everyone for showing up, and I hope you all have a great night.